Are you over 50 and still struggling to socialize or learn to join in with your group of friends, carry on a conversation? Then this video is for you, because I was the same way, and I want to share the one method that helped me to learn how to step past my fears and beyond my comfort zone. I was terribly shy. I didn't like to even look people in the eyes. When I got married at the age of 20, I married the opposites attract, because that helped me to not have to make decisions. I was the chronically shy follower, and my husband was an outgoing, outspoken person. So he was able to make all the decisions for us, and all I had to do was follow. But when he passed away at the age of 42, I was 41 years old. I was thrust into a world that I was not ready for. I had to start making my own decisions, and that scared me to death. I finally decided that I had to do something about that to overcome those fears. And so I thought the solution would be to order a bunch of self-help books. Surely those books would be able to teach me how to get over my shyness. Well, the bottom line is, they didn't teach me how to get over my shyness. I'm still shy. But what they did teach me, this one book in particular did teach me, was how to step beyond my fears. The book was titled Speak Up, and I can't find it on the market anymore, and I don't know who the author was. But it was one book that definitely helped me. So I'll share with you what that secret method for me was. They suggested that when you're in a group of people and you don't know what to say, start asking questions. You know, most people love to talk about themselves. So if you start asking them questions about them, the conversation more than likely will continue to keep going, and they'll probably in return ask questions of you so that you can actually carry on a bit of a conversation. The first time I decided to try that technique, I was a legal assistant at a law firm. All the assistants had to take their turn to make the courthouse run and record all the documents that needed to be recorded for that day. It was my week to go, and everybody hated to go over there. They always said, I hate going because the court reporter never speaks to us. He never smiles. He just comes in, he takes the documents from you, records them, and hands them back without a single word. So on the way to the courthouse, I decided, okay, Esther, this is your chance to give this a try. And when I got there, he came to the counter and took my documents. And as he was recording, I noticed a picture of a little boy holding a basketball on his desk. So I got brave and I said, so is that your little boy? And a big smile came across his face. And he said, yeah. And I said, well, how old is he? And he says, he's 12. What position does he play in basketball? He proceeded to tell me, and we shared a few stories that I have 4 sons. Mine were a little older than his son. But that opened up the doors that every time I went to the courthouse after that, he smiled and he always carried on a conversation. Now, I don't know, maybe he was shy too, and so he needed that opening to be able to get started. So a lot of times when somebody doesn't talk to you, it doesn't always mean that they dislike you or that they're a snob or anything, but maybe they are shy. So keep that into consideration too. Over the next 20 some years of working for that company, I watched his son go to high school, go to college, and get married, all vicariously through our conversations at the courthouse. It really showed me that that technique did work. So I want you to give it a try. When you're in a situation where you do feel awkward, you don't know what to say, that just ask somebody a question about them. It's really quite easy here in Arizona where I live because I'm in snowbird country and I live in an active 55 plus retirement community. And so when I meet somebody new, the typical question down here is, so where are you from? Because our residents come everywhere from Saskatchewan, Alberta, Canada, from the Pacific Northwest. We even have one from Newfoundland and from New York. So that's a good opening question for us. And then we can follow up with, so what brought you to Country Roads? Try the method. I think it'll work for you. It may not help you get over your shyness. Like I said, it didn't cure my shyness. I still have the desire sometimes to draw back into my little shy shell, but I know that I have enjoyed my life so much more since I have learned to say yes to the opportunity of getting to know somebody. I continued to use this technique the rest of my life. I'm now 74 years old. And so it was in my retirement years that I became an accomplished artist. I've sold a lot of paintings. I even teach paint and sip classes. And that was something I could never have done back in the day. I published my memoir of my transformation from that chronically shy follower to a confident, outgoing woman. I also have taken classes to be an inspirational speaker. And my husband and I, we've been married now for 10 years, even started a karaoke business where I sing in front of several hundred people. So if it worked for me, this chronically shy person that didn't ever want to even look anybody in the eyes, then I believe that that method will also work for you. So give it a try. Comment below and let me know if you tried it and it does work, if it does help you, even through one or two conversations, and let me know how that worked. I'm Esther, and I want to welcome you to my channel of Esther's Retirement Zone, where I talk about all things retirement and some. So feel free to click that subscribe button down below and follow along. I would love to see you on that next video.